Ship recycling activity is a complex process with the potential risk to harm the workers and degradation of environment. To address the issues related to the ship recycling activity, the Hong Kong Convention was adopted by the International Maritime Organization, which provides a global framework to ensure that ships are recycled safely without posing unnecessary risk to the lives of the workers or the degradation of the environment. India acceded to the Hong Kong Convention on 28 November 2019 and enacted the Recycling of Ships Act 2019 on 13 December 2019. The Act is supported by the framework of Ship Recycling Rules 2021 and the Ship Recycling Regulations 2026. The Recycling of Ships Act 2019 is the primary legislation governing ship recycling in India in line with the Hong Kong Convention. It was enacted to regulate ship recycling activities in the country with a primary focus to ensure safety of the workers and prevention of environmental degradation. Under this Act, the Directorate General of Shipping acts as the national authority to administer, supervise and monitor all activities relating to ship recycling under the Act across the country. The State Maritime Board, and where the State Maritime Board doesn't exist, the state government departments looking after the ship recycling activity in their jurisdiction or the competent authorities. The Ship Recycling Act mandates facility certification and prohibits hazardous materials in line with the HKC. The key requirements under the Act is that every ship must maintain an inventory of hazardous materials throughout its operational life, ensuring that hazardous materials are properly identified and can safely be managed. When a ship is destined for recycling, it must undergo verification and obtain a ready for recycling certificate which is valid for 3 months. At the operational level, the competent authorities are responsible for authorizing recycling facilities, inspecting yard infrastructure, approving recycling plans, and ensuring compliance with safety and environmental standards in the regional level. The Ship Recycling Rules 2021 lay down the detailed provisions for the management of hazardous materials on ships. They prescribe requirements for the preparation, maintenance, and verification of the inventory of hazardous materials, as well as survey and certification prior to recycling. The rules also define the duties of the competent authority and include provisions relating to workers' safety, insurance, compensation, and reporting of incidents. The Ship Recycling Regulations 2026 lay down detailed requirements for the authorization, operation, and monitoring of the ship recycling facilities. They provide for the preparation and implementation of the Ship Recycling Facility Management Plan, which establishes how recycling activities are to be carried out in a safe and environmentally sound manner. The regulations also require the development of ship-specific recycling plans, procedures for ships ready for recycling, and the safe removal, handling, storage, and disposal of hazardous materials and waste. In addition, they prescribe requirements for conducting recycling operations, reporting of incidents and accidents, and submission of the statement of completion upon completion of recycling. The Act, rules, and regulations together establish a robust legal framework to ensure safe and sustainable ship recycling to protect the workers and the environment, aligning with the international standards.